ESG and sustainability are fundamental to finance today. It's really the financial community that has driven ESG to becoming such an important strategic issue for businesses everywhere. Over about 30 to 35% of private funds are tied to some sort of an ESG mandate, and up to 80% of investment decisions by investment funds and banks and others use some sort of ESG-related screening questions as part of their due diligence process. Historically, as I said, the finance community really brought ESG into the financing equation because they saw it as a key risk issue. Could recognize the world is changing. The Harvard Business Review recently said that sustainability is the most important issue for investors because it's important for the planet, and businesses that are not addressing sustainability issues, businesses that are not addressing environmental management and risk, businesses that are not addressing social issues and risks, businesses that don't have governance structure around environment and social risk are riskier investments. It's simple. If sustainability is that important an issue for governments, for regulators, for the public, for the constituents, for the market that businesses sell to, those stakeholders are going to punish businesses that aren't addressing them. And when they punish businesses, maybe they get shut down, maybe they lose their markets, maybe they can't operate for a day or two, maybe they lose their regulatory approval. Those are big business risks. And the investment community wants to mitigate risk. They want to understand the risk of the businesses they're investing in. That's why ESG has become so important. It's not that the investment community suddenly woke up and decided they wanted to save the planet and save the whales and make the world a better place. There are for sure many in that community who are personally motivated by environmental and sustainability and social justice issues, but that isn't what is driving it as a screening tool to understand risks on investments. There's another side that is emerging as well on the intersection of ESG and sustainability and finance. Investment groups that are gathering investment, that are gathering retail investment, that are gathering institutional investment, are finding that the investors themselves, especially retail investors, individual people investing their retirement funds, their savings and others, they're concerned about the environment, and they are more likely to put their money into an ESG-related fund or instrument if it is performing well, if it is being run as a strategic investment. That is going to be a more attractive destination. So funds are using ESG on both sides, on the raising of capital side and on the investing side. They want to take advantage of the growing public concern about sustainability. For business working in ESG and sustainability, reporting and communications is key. We discussed that at length in some other videos, but I'm just going to touch on it a bit here. You can find the links to the other videos below. You can have the best ESG performance. You can be doing absolutely nearly perfect on your ESG performance, and it counts very little if you're not communicating it and reporting it effectively, because you may know you're doing it, or sometimes businesses don't even realize how much they're doing. But it's important that you let stakeholders know, that you bring that into an ESG report that you can share with your investors, that you can share with your regulators, that you can share with your constituents. It's important that you bring it together so you can share components of it with key stakeholders, that you can bring that message to stakeholders to let them understand how you are managing environmental and social issues, how you're creating and delivering value on environmental and social issues, how, if you're having a negative social or environmental impact, you're working to mitigate that. You don't need to consider ESG scorecards or complex frameworks or compliance issues. It's simply about gathering the information together and communicating it. Stay focused on your own value propositions. What about ESG creates value for your business? When you stay focused on that and understand that, you'll be much better able to use ESG to create value and mitigate risk, move your business ahead, facilitate relationships with regulators and stakeholders. But whatever you do, just do it. Don't sit on the sidelines waiting until you can be perfect. Don't sit and wait until you have everything perfect to do your first ESG report. Just do it. Just get started. It's increasingly critical. Once you start, you can start to improve. Once you start, you can see where you're strong, where you can go further. You may decide you want to do an ESG SWOT, an ESG strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats assessment. Can work very, very well. And there's videos on how to do that as well if you look below. But it's important to start. ESG and sustainability are becoming increasingly important, especially around finance.
At the CSR-ESG Institute, we're here to help you do more, be more, and achieve more. Our goal is to make your business stronger, better, more resilient, and more competitive, at the same time as you create social value and support the environment and ecosystems. For more information on how our team can support you, visit us at csrtraininginstitute.com or email our president and founder, Wayne Dunn, directly at wayne@csrtraininginstitute.com. Join us and create value and impact where business meets community.